Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. As always, your host with the most, Ghost. Alright, today guys, we got episode 5 of the Attitude Era review series from April 26, 1998. Unforgiven in your house. The first ever Inferno match. The first ever evening gown match. And a championship match between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Dude Love. Very cool, man. Very nice show. They were trying a bunch of stuff back then, and I think it really shows here that after everything happened, there's a reason why WWE ended up winning the Monday Night War, because this show was solid. And it really showed, it did, that you're number one for a reason, and WCW always mentioned the competition, which when you're number one, you don't mention number two. It's simple as that. Sorry, we're just rearranging things, guys, before we get into the show. There's the pay-per-views we're coming up on the schedule. Over the Edge is next. I gotta watch that yet. And so we're in the Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina. 21,427 in attendance. Oh man, I had so much fun going back and watching this. How I wanna, I know I keep saying this, but what I'm gonna do, now that I have this one done, next week, or this weekend, I'm gonna watch Over the Edge. And the following weekend, I'll do the review, and then I'll watch the next week's episode, which would be King of the Ring. I feel like the channel here could really benefit off these Attitude Era reviews. So comment down below, guys. What do you remember about this show? Because I had a lot of fun watching this. The show opens up with a 6-man tag. Farouk, Ken Shamrock, and Steve Blackman taking on The Rock, D'Lo Brown, and Mark Henry. Solid match, I guess. Good enough for an opener. We got Farouk starting off, whipping D'Lo Brown with a leather strap he pulled out of his singlet there, and because everyone pretty much turned their back on Farouk and the nation. Kama was at ringside. You know, the Rock still using the people's elbow as a setup move. It wasn't quite as finished at the time. He hits that on Steve Blackman. They mention The Rock is the first third-generation star, the IC champion. So D'Lo Brown misses a moonsault, tags Rock in. Rock hits the DDT on Farouk for a 2 count. And Farouk hits a Dominator and gets the 3 count on The Rock, which would lead into Over the Edge. So the WWF champion Stone Cold comes down to the ring, cuts a promo, and pulls the timekeeper Mark Eaton into the ring and says, if you screw me tonight, or if Vince McMahon tries to ring that bell, he's going to whip his ass, and he's probably going to get fired over it. good promo by Austin. Up next was the European title match, second match of the night, with China suspended above the ring in a cage. Now, we just seen this recently at, was it the Royal Rumble, right? With Chris Jericho. And we seen it at the TakeOver special a couple months back. Triple H versus Owen Hart. Very cool match. During the match, we see China with a file, trying to file her way out, and bending the bars, which will come into play. So we see a sign that Playboy needs to sign China. Sergeant Slaughter with a couple of refs. They're getting China into the cage. Triple H hits the high knee and puts Owen in a dragon sleeper. At this time, they're focusing more on the gimmick, the cage suspended above the ring, and I think that's the reason why they're working in a hold here. Triple H is getting several falls in the match, and the crowd was kind of dead during these first couple of matches. They're paying more attention to China. Owen Hart hits a German suplex, a pile driver, and an elbow drop. He sees China now climbing out of the cage. She has bent the bars, and she's hanging from this cage that's 15, 20 feet high. So Owen turns back to Triple H, counters the pedigree into a pedigree. X-Pac hits the ring, and Triple H retains. Kind of a weird finish there, but I really thought Triple H should have because Owen Hart hit Triple H with his own pedigree. The Rock and Roll Express were on this pay-per-view, believe it or not, taking on the new Midnight Express. Bodacious Bob and Bombastic Bart Gunn and Bob Holly. Good quick match, The Rock and Roll Express got their spots in, as they call it. Cornette cuts a promo before, and Tim White and Cornette have a little spot there where they're, gonna fight, and the Irishman, Tim White, isn't taking Cornette's crap. Bart Gunn comes in, pins Robert Gibson. So, good fun match there. Good to see the Rock and Roll Express in the Carolinas there. And the fourth match of the night is the evening gown match. Luna with Goldust versus Sable. Mark Mero comes down, distracts Luna, and Sable hits the Sable bomb on Luna and pulls her dress off. Very quick match. Sable afterwards turns her attention to Mero, and Luna rips Sable's top off, exposing the puppies. What can I say? If you're a man, you would love this sight here. Mr. McMahon now comes out to ringside for a promo after the evening gown match. Cuts a promo saying, I screwed Bret Hart. Now I'm going to screw Stone Cold. They're really playing up off of the screw job from Survivor Series. Fifth match of the night, we got the tag title match. LOD versus the New Age Outlaws. Quick match here. Road Dogg works Animal's leg and knee area. Hawk gets tagged in. hits a German suplex for 3. LOD get the win, but Road Dogg's shoulders and Hawk's shoulders were both down at the same time. Outlaws retain, still the champs. And then the LOD hit the Doomsday Device on a referee. Probably the most skippable segment of the night. Double J, Jeff Jarrett, with a singing. Who's he sing with here? Country sensation Sawyer Brown. I was never a fan of the gimmick with Jarrett here. Blackman comes out of nowhere and beats down Jarrett, hits a guitar shot, and he gets a figure 4 for his problems. 6th match of the night is the Inferno match. Kane and The Undertaker. Very cool match. These matches are harder to do, and I don't know, they're very weird matches. I never really quite got the concept, but it's a good back and forth match. Paul throws a chair in the ring. Taker gets up after the chair shot to the head, hits a choke slam, hits a superplex on Kane, and every time these guys are hitting big, powerful moves, the flames are going up past the top rope. Hits Old School. Kane is knocked up over the top rope, and Undertaker, or at this time, Vader runs down to the ring. Okay, he attacks Kane. Now then, Undertaker does a suicide dive from the middle of the ring, over the top ropes, over the fire, onto Vader and Kane. Really cool spot there. Taker has a few spots with Paul Bearer here, and they're going back towards the band area where Double J was just at. Undertaker hits Paul Bearer with a drum set over the head, and Paul Bearer gets a little color there. Taker heads back towards ringside area, attacks Kane, knocks him into the fire. It's just his arm that is fully covered that catches on fire, so kind of cheap ending. We wanted to see Kane get set on fire. And the main event for the World Wrestling Federation Championship, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the champion, taking on Dude Love with Mr. McMahon at ringside. In the beginning, the first few minutes, these guys were brawling up towards the ramp on the entranceway, suplexes and a few moves there on the outside. At this time, Mr. McMahon finally makes his way down to the ring. McMahon, he's, signaling towards the ref, to ring the bell when Dude Love has him in a finish, and then Austin reverses it, and McMahon is like waving the timekeeper off. Dude goes for sweet shin music, and we get a ref bump. Austin and McMahon are fighting over a chair, and Austin goes down. Dude grabs the chair and gets a little reverse elbow into the face with the chair. Austin grabs the chair, and McMahon and Dude Love are both on the ground there. You guys probably seen this clip played. Austin looks like he's going to hit Dude Love, and he cracks McMahon square in the head. Austin rolls Dude Love back in the ring, hits a stunner on Dude Love for the 3 count. And later, it was announced that Austin was disqualified for attacking an official. McMahon carted out on the stretcher. So cool ending there with, you know, McMahon trying to screw over Austin constantly and Austin one-upping him, coming over the odds. Solid show. It could have done without the Double J and that. But stay tuned, guys. Subscribe to the channel. We'll be talking about Over the Edge 1998 in a couple of weeks here. So we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.